Good morning and welcome to the weekly media availability with UTSA soccer head coach Derek Pittman, also joined today by redshirt sophomore defender Taliyah Spain. UTSA is coming off a double week of Mountain West action out in Colorado. The Roadrunners are hosting UIW this week at Toyota Field on Thursday for the hometown showdown, and then Sunday returning to Park West to face East Texas A&M and close off the non-conference schedule. Coach Pittman, can you get us started with a summary of the week and a look at what we've got ahead?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Michael. Appreciate you and Sean being on. It was our first real big road trip, if you will, for the season. We've been fortunate enough to play majority of our games up to this point in time at home here in San Antonio in front of, the comfort of our own fans and Park West. And so it was good to see our players, respond in tough road contests. Travel went really, really well. It was great to be out in Colorado. Our players did a phenomenal job looking after themselves and enjoying a good road trip together as a group and continue to build the chemistry and culture within our group and our team. So, Thursday night, we faced a very, very tough Colorado State team. We played them here last year. We were able to pull off that win in 2024, but in 2025, unfortunately, we faced a little bit of adversity in that game. First of all, the lightning and storm delay that it delayed kickoff by right at about an hour, which again is always difficult. Never the easiest of things to kind of get ready. We were halfway through our pregame warm up when they had to shut us down, and then obviously had to come back out and do an abbreviated warm up and get ready to go. And the conditions weren't the best in the sense of the field being as soggy as it was, but I thought, outside of the first couple minutes that we started a little bit sloppy, I thought our players adapted, did a good job, created enough chances. We were just unfortunately right now going through a bit of a slump and being able to score goals. We had chances, and we got to continue to create more. But we looked at that as an opportunity to learn and respond, and I think our players did that, exactly that. As we got ready for a difficult Colorado College team. And to be honest with you, again, conditions are different. You're at altitude, 5,000, I think, in Fort Collins, 6,000, in Colorado Springs. Not the easiest of conditions. But then to be playing against a rested team, because Colorado College didn't play on Thursday, definitely created some challenges and difficulty in playing on turf, which normally we're used to playing on grass. Again, none of them are excuses. They're just conditions that we had to adapt to and, play in. And I thought our players did a fantastic job to, again, stay strong defensively, not give up any chances that ultimately ended up in goals. But again, we know that we've got to continue preparing and doing a better job of getting in front of goal and scoring goals. I'm really proud of where our team is at defensively. But yeah, our focus for sure in the next couple of weeks is going to be heavily on how can we do a better job breaking teams down, creating opportunities for ourselves, and being able to score goals at the other end. So again, tough road weekend, but really how our players went about themselves, how they conduct themselves professionally, and their attitude and effort on the field in both games was really, really good. So proud of them, where we're at, and it's great to have T with us to be able to talk about where we are at this point in time of our season.
Go ahead, Sean.
Coach, how excited are you about Thursday night at SAFC's Toyota Field, and what makes that so special for soccer fans?
Yeah, it's becoming one of my favorite games of the season, to be fair. Again, this is kind of came about a little over a year ago between myself and Jake Plant, the head coach at UIW, to be able to, partner with the local community, partner with SAFC and Toyota Field and the Spurs organization to be able to host this event at Toyota Field and our annual game there. And it's fantastic. It's great for the community. It's huge for local kids to be able to see the best talent, in my opinion, from women's soccer standpoint in San Antonio going head-to-head. Jake's done a great job at UIW. We know that our game with them is always an intense rivalry. They're up to beat us. We're up to beat them. It's going to be a really good game and an opportunity for our local fans to come out and support us. And to be fair, in all honesty, is an opportunity to grow the game of women's soccer in San Antonio. And to be a part of that here at UTSA alongside UIW is really special for our players. We have players on our team that want to go play beyond college, and we want to put them in environments and atmospheres that simulate that pro experience, that pro opportunity, and to be able to play in the biggest soccer-specific stadium here in San Antonio is huge. And we hope that we get tons and tons and tons of fans. Again, regardless of whether you're a UTSA fan or a UIW fan, we hope that you'll come out and take advantage of this really cool opportunity to watch women's college soccer at the highest level here in San Antonio.
Coach, what can you say about UIW and where they are at this year? Obviously, we had a very tight finish last year at Toyota Field. The Cardinals opened up going on the road and beating an American team at North Texas, but then they come home and they got beaten notably by Texas State. What are you seeing from UIW at this point in the season, and what can we expect on Thursday?
Yeah, listen, first and foremost, you can throw results out the window at this point in time, at this stage of the season. Every time we line up against UIW, they are up for the game, we are up for the game. It's an intense rivalry. Their players want to win just as much as ours. So it's going to be a competitive match no matter what. As far as where they're at, they've definitely had some ups and downs. They went on the road, like you said, beat North Texas at North Texas. They lost to a very good Texas State team. And then they picked up a couple wins in between, and then unfortunately dropped a contest on Sunday at Tarleton. So, I know that, Jake's going to have his team prepared. They like to play. They want to move the ball. They want to build out of the back. They've got talented individuals up front that can score goals. Alex Knudsen, Tyler Coker, we're all very familiar with those players, what they bring to the table, and we need to make sure that we're very organized defensively. But I think that we're going to also have our chances to create, goals going the other direction. So it's going to be a great game. Again, no matter what, anytime we play them, it's a huge rivalry match, and it'll be a lot of fun for our players to get up and ready for.
Go ahead, Sean.
Taliyah, obviously you weren't here for last year's meeting, but what excites you about playing at Toyota Field against UIW this week?
I'm super excited to get on that field. I can't imagine the atmosphere. We're already creating a super, just our atmosphere at Park West. We're already creating this culture and this vibe, and I just can't wait to carry that on to Toyota Stadium. It's going to be electric. It's going to be buzzing. The vibes are going to be high, and I'm just super excited to get on the pitch and play.
And the defense for your team has been really strong this year. You've made a big impact on that. What do you think has been the key to your team's defensive success, and how much have you enjoyed being part of that unit?
I love my back line. We have each other's backs. If one person makes a mistake, we're going to cover for them. I think our coaches have really honed in on our defensive aspects, and I think that's obviously like our key to our success back there. It's a dogfight back there, and so we know that, and we're expected of that, and ultimately I think we each do our roles really well. As Coach said, we need to get our attack a little bit better, but that's coming, and we're working forward to that, but ultimately our defense we're locked in.
Coach, maybe share some insight on how kind of Taliyah got to your program. I know you recruited her initially, and she went to Arkansas, and then now she's been able to come in and be a big part of your program.
Absolutely. I've been a big fan of T for many, many years, and she knows that. I recruited the crap out of her coming out of high school. She's a talented, athletic individual, and she's a tenacious competitor, and those are the things that stood out to us immediately in the recruiting process. And she comes from just a background of being a high achiever, high character, hardworking kid, and those are all things that really mesh well in our program, and the characteristics that T has. I was disappointed we didn't get her the first round, but she went off to Arkansas, had a successful experience there, although she was riddled with injuries, unfortunately. But all things happen for a reason, and we're definitely grateful that we were able to pull her out of the transfer portal and bring her to where I had hoped that she'd be in the first place. But again, one of my really good friends, the head coach at Arkansas, speak unbelievably high of T and how she conducted herself through various injuries and how she was as a teammate, how she was as a competitor just in training, each and every day when she was able to, go through that. And so, to be honest with you, huge credit to her is the adversity and challenges that she has faced, both from a health standpoint, just some unfortunate circumstances, et cetera, that she's put herself in the position she is. And to be honest with you, yesterday played 90 minutes for the first time in a while. So, she's probably feeling it a little bit today. He's got to get in the treatment room. But, T's a competitor. And that's the biggest thing for me is that each and every game we talk and she just wants to go out and compete. She wants to go out and win, and she's going to do whatever she can to help her teammates do that. And she spot on. Our back line has been really, really strong, and our whole team defensively has been very difficult to break down. Giving up only 2 goals in the last 6 games. I mean, that's something to be really proud of and celebratory of. And T's a big piece of that. She can play on the left back. She can play on the right back. She can, she's one of our better 1v1 defenders. But she also is starting to get more comfortable as she continues to build her game fitness, more comfortable getting forward and helping us in the attack as well. So she's somebody that we, as a coaching staff, love to coach, and she's just a prime example of how all of our players are in regards to, who they are as high character people and high achievers. So, it's been a lot of fun to have her here, and excited to have her here for a few more years.
She's kind of just one example. You've had a number of players who, whether it was in high school or at a previous institution, have struggled with injuries, and they've come to UTSA and been able to have really healthy, successful careers. What do you think has been kind of the key to that?
Shelby Dale. To be honest with you, we probably do sometimes take some risks on some kids that, my other schools might not. And a lot of that has to do with my trust and my faith. Sometimes I'm sure Shelby would like me to bring in healthier players sometimes. But, some of these young ladies like T, like Ava Jackson, again, go on down the list of other players that have gone through some of the challenges, Cam Cloza, that Haley Lopez, that are high talented players that probably maybe if they stay healthy don't necessarily consider UTSA. And, or for whatever reason, because they're able to play at the next level, and maybe an injury has had been a bit of a setback, and maybe some schools shy away from them. And to me, I look at them as still really, really talented individuals and players that can contribute to our program as we continue to move forward. So that's something that Shelby and I talk a lot about. Our coaching staff: is this player worth the risk? Can they help us be successful? Can they continue to move the needle? And Shelby, can he keep them healthy? And a lot of the things that Shelby does, and just her day-to-day, I guess, treatments and overall care that she's providing each and every one of our athletes, both physically, mentally, emotionally, all of the above, is a massive part of our success. And while some of these players have the opportunity to come in here and be successful after a significant injury in their career.
Taliyah, what's it been like? Jasmine Kessler set the career record here at UTSA for shutouts. What's it like to play on the back line with her behind you in goal?
She's been phenomenal. She's definitely one of a kind, but she's been absolutely phenomenal. She's just a badass in goal, and it's definitely someone that you want behind you. She's gonna cover you. She's gonna get the job done, and we're very fortunate to have her as our keeper this year.
Coach, what are your thoughts on what Jasmine's been able to do here and to be able to set that career record?
Yeah, it's what we wanted when we recruited her, and we definitely think that she's an extremely talented goalkeeper. Again, I think our style of play fits her style as a goalkeeper. we don't give up a lot of clear-cut chances, but man, if we do, she's always there to make those 3, 4, 5 saves a game that we need her to, and deal with any crosses in the box, deal with any through balls, whatever the situation might be. She's quick off her line. She's dominant in the air. She's explosive in her shot stopping ability, and obviously her kicking game is pretty much second to none because she can launch the ball 60 yards. So there's a lot of things in Kessa's wheelhouse that she does very well. And like I mentioned, I think last week, is just the professionalism that she's brought to the table this year in her junior season. T is not joking. She is a one of a kind. She's can be a goofball, but she can also be very serious and highly focused. And she goes in there and does a phenomenal job for our team and really helps organize the back line how we need her to. And we say it all the time too. As a goalkeeper, as a former goalkeeper myself, is if you solve problems with your mouth, you hopefully don't have to make saves with your hands, right? So if you organize things properly, you put people in the right places, it limits the chances of the opponents. And Kessler does a very good job of that. And again, the back line has stood very, very tall in our defending to not give up any. It's going to take something special to get by us. So. Really proud of Cass for breaking that record, and I know there's many more shutouts to come for sure this season and into her senior year next year.
Any questions from the Paisanos?
Yeah, Coach, I just kind of wanted to ask a little bit about what playing UIW at Toyota Field can kind of do for the soccer environment in San Antonio as a whole. Obviously you're playing at SAFC Stadium, two San Antonio teams. So can you just kind of talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. One of our athletic director Compass's big goals was always connecting with the community, and we want to be able to be part of that. Right, obviously football has the opportunity to play down at the Alamo Dome each and every week for their home games. This was a really unique, special opportunity for our program from a women's soccer standpoint to be able to play in the best soccer venue in San Antonio and to put our team as well as UIW and really the sport of women's soccer on the best, environment and the best atmosphere and on the biggest stage in San Antonio is phenomenal for our programs. But really what our goal was from the very beginning was to grow the sport of women's soccer in San Antonio and South Texas. And, for our young athletes to be able to part of that, to be able to have youth soccer players come out, watch the game, and see that they could maybe one day do that, whether in a UTSA jersey or a UIW jersey, it is massive. So it's huge for the community. It's huge for our programs. And it's just a really cool opportunity for everyone involved to come out and be a part of this really special night. And we hope that everybody will show up on Thursday at 6:30. And, we want to pack the house. I mean, I know the place holds 6,000. We had 1,500 there last year. We want to at least break 2,000 if at all possible. I would love to see if we could even double it up and be 3,000 this year. I'm putting a challenge out to Coach Traylor, see if he can bring the football team out. But we need each and everybody's support to come out and watch the game. I'm buying tickets for the entire athletic department to be able to give them an opportunity to come out. So we want to be able to get as many people as we possibly can, students, community members, athletic departments, etc., to show up and support this team, not just UTSA, but UIW as well, and the overall sport of women's soccer.
How about you, Taliyah, from your perspective as a player, what is it like to have the opportunity for the youth women's soccer players to look up to you as an inspiration and be like, hey, I want to be that player when I grow up? How special is it to have that opportunity here in San Antonio?
It's surreal. I think when I was a little kid, I came to these types of games and I was like, wow, I want to be that person. And my little ego when I was little, I was like, I'm going to be that person. So I just can't imagine what these games and just being in their hometowns that is doing for these girls. And so I'm super excited to get out there and play for them, but also I want everyone to go support, and either it's UIW or it's UTSA, just get out there and go watch it. It's just the atmosphere is going to be electric, so I just want everyone to get out there and enjoy it.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it, man.
Sean, do you have anything else?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Coach Pittman and Taliyah, for joining us today, and thank you everybody for coming on. Obviously, I want to see everybody out at Toyota Stadium or Toyota Field on Thursday, and then close up the non-con on Sunday against East Texas A&M. And we will be back here next Monday to do this again. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thanks, guys. Birds
Thank
up.
you.